Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're tuning into AMTV Alternative Media Television. I just put out a major video about to go viral. World War III, Obama airstrikes, Iraq prediction comes true. Of course, I did another video June 14th, 2014, just over about a month or two ago, predicting with a very strong opinion that Obama, the commander-in-chief's ulterior motive had always and has always been intervention in Iraq. And it's exactly why he allowed the spillover, the creation of ISIS, and this growing instability has been propelled by the American regime. Please watch this video, watch the previous one, share it everywhere across your social media networks, and make it viral. And the proof in the pudding that the global financial elite are behind this destabilization effort and this push for war, murder, and death is right here, folks, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average rallying hard on airstrikes today because the global financial elite behind this have a profit motive behind war. This is known as the military-industrial complex here in the United States of America, and they don't like anything better but murder, war, and death. And airstrike after airstrike in Iraq. Wasn't it Iraq that Obama withdrew from? Yeah, wasn't that like his biggest claim to fame? And now he's bombing them. You see how the current president, Barack Obama, is no different and was no different than George W. Bush. Again, the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500 rallying hard on war. The U.S. conducting another round of airstrikes in Iraq. According to CNBC, U.S. military warplanes have launched another round of airstrikes against a second Islamic State target in Iraq. American officials tell NBC News and affiliates. The strikes occurred on a target northwest of Erbil, the officials said. Question, will airstrikes target U.S. supplied weapons, etc., etc.? Here we have a map and the locations of the attacks. In the meantime, as the virus continues to spread, the U.S. government mainstream bullshit media manufactured scare tactic that has made up the, well, potential new strain that could also be airborne, but they're not going to tell you that. Ebola virus, Wall Street is betting on cure. See how they create the problem, the Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, and solution, and then they profit within the billions and trillions of dollars on the same problems they created in the first place. Remember, it was your financial institutions and the big banks and the Wall Streeters that caused the collapse in 2008, and they profited on the upside and on the downside, just like they would profit from the eradication of millions via Ebola so they can vaccinate your dumb ass and the dumb asses that make up the American sheeple. And it's exactly why they're profiting from war in Iraq in these targeted, limited airstrikes that just happen to murder men, women, and children. And again, nobody's arguing, including myself, or defending Hamas, or defending Al-Qaeda, or defending ISIS, or defending terrorists or terrorist organizations anywhere in the world. I'm just proving a point that this has been manufactured, this has been engineered, and this is an organized attack. Just like the largest wealth transfer in the history of man was an engineered, manufactured event in 2008. And we are living the repercussions and the reality of the next global conflagration right now. World War III, folks. All this breaking on the bullshit mainstream media, CNN, round 2 of the death spiral in the Middle East. You know, I say we declare peace. We proclaim peace instead of more war, but not according to this scumbag president who conducts his second airstrike within the past 24 hours in Iraq. U.S. jet fighters carrying out a second murderous round of airstrikes against ISIS. The boogeyman, you know, Osama bin Laden. Wasn't it that Obama killed Osama bin Laden and we no longer had to worry about terrorism, but now we suddenly, after supposedly, allegedly withdrawing troops, which he pats himself on the back for, and has been, you know, the title of his campaign here with his re-election, now bombing and doing the exact opposite of what he told the American people he would do. This president is a fearmonger, he is a warmonger, and he is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Who knows? He might be the very antichrist that makes up biblical prophecy. Israel carries out strikes on Gaza after rocket fire resumes. Notice how the conflagration continues. Notice how that not only is Gaza on fire, but also Iraq and Syria are presently on fire. Again, this is global destabilization. This is global war. All has to do with the U.S. dollar reserve currency, our global capital markets, and the global financial elite behind all of this. This is what we call the NWO, the New World Order. Order or the Illuminati or the global power structure or the movers and shakers of international finance. However you want to define them, these are the people behind these attacks, these gross strikes, this gross murder of innocent civilians, and this ongoing continuous destabilization effort in the Middle East for the benefit of these freaking scumbags. Not just on Wall Street, but in Washington, D.C. today. Get this out everywhere, make it viral, hard-hitting it in your face, and I'm Christopher Green. Click the link below to support our sponsor.